Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Shanti if you don't know who I am already. And this is a little different setup. I'm not in the studio today. I'm actually in my living room. I just wanted to take a second and thank all the men and women who have served and are still serving for their time, their lives, the sacrifice they've made. And I just wanted to let you guys know that I too am a veteran. Today, I really wanted to take a second to share my bootcamp story. But before I get into it, I really wanted to encourage everyone to take a second and to subscribe to the channel, as well as hit the notification bell so that you know anytime I post a new upload. So, I joined the Navy in 2007. March 7th, 2007 was the day I swore into the Navy. I served for 10 years. I got out in 2017. And my boot camp experience was okay. When I was in high school, I participated in ROTC. So I think that prepared me a lot for boot camp. When you have ROTC credits in high school, they give you, they automatically bump you to the next rate up. When I first got there were actually not enough women to create a division. Every graduating class is called a division. So I think mine was Division 912. And I actually had a co-ed division. Most of them are all males, but then some of them are co-ed divisions because there are more males than women, of course. In a co-ed division, there's usually two divisions, but the women for both divisions sleep in the same room. And then the men for both divisions sleep in the same room. And then when we have training, we'll split up to our respective divisions. So when I first got there were not enough women to create a division, so I had to wait. So I spent 2 weeks doing just random stuff, cleaning up and serving food and stuff like that, waiting for my actual boot camp division to start. Now, keep in mind, this is 2007, so I'm not really sure how much this has changed. When everyone from my division finally got there, we got started with the process. The first part was medical. And I had a very, very hard time with medical. If anyone knows me, they know that I have like this needle phobia. I have no idea where it came from. But in boot camp, and this was 2007, so forgive me if it's not the same thing that happens now. I feel like boot camp has changed a lot. But when I went to boot camp, when we first did medical, there's a battery of shots that you have to get. And what they do is they have like these like air guns, and you just walk in an assembly line and they shoot it into your arm. If there's no needle, it's supposed to be like high pressure air guns, but something about it just made me completely freak out. I freaked out so bad that I wasn't even able to get the air shots done. I wasn't able to go through the assembly line. I actually cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. And if I didn't finish and do all these requirements, they were going to send me home. And so finally, the instructor, they came up to me and they were like, look, Ashanti, or they called me Trauman. Look, Trauman, you got to pull it together. I'll hold your hand. It doesn't even hurt that bad. And I was like, it does. And so they took me into a room by myself and they did the injections into my arms. I had the penicillin shot in my butt, and I had to do that all by myself, and it hurt just as bad. But I think that was more of like me freaking out than anything. And then once I got that done, we just moved forward. Now, boot camp in the Navy anyway, it's like everything they do is to get you ready for the life on the ship. So I'm trying to see how I can explain this. The rooms that we sleep in on the ship are called a berthing. So they give people responsibilities. So there's the RPOC, the recruit petty officer in charge. There is the AROC, which is the assistant recruit in charge, officer in charge. There's the laundry petty officer, the mail petty officer. There's all these different assignments. And I was the women's RPOC until my division got there. And then I became the AROC because the AROC is actually the person that calls the cadence when we're marching. When they teach us how to drill and march and stuff like that, the person that you hear singing is usually the assistant. It's not the person it's not the leader. And so I was really good at calling cadence because I had just done ROTC. And so they asked me if I would switch from RPOC to AROC because nobody was good at calling the cadence like I was. So I became the AROC, and the RPOC was a man. So we ended up, going through the weeks and stuff like that. But for some reason, like, pettiness amongst women does not stop, no matter how old you get, where you go, what job you have. Pettiness amongst women doesn't stop. The girls hated me for some reason. And I honestly, I didn't know why. I guess they felt like I was a snitch. The RPOC and AROC is the one that's responsible for calling out orders. If somebody gets in trouble, they're the ones that have to keep the peace between each other. And it was just like the babysitter of the group. And I remember it was frustrating, right? And so the most humiliating thing happened to me. We were doing, they call it beating us. And then they called it beating us. I don't know if they can say that now. I don't believe that you can say that now. But back then, they called it beating us, where they worked us out like until we literally were passing out. And there was this one time where I usually could handle it, but there was this one time where they were beating us down. And they wanted us to hold a plank or something. And I just couldn't do it anymore. And they were like, if you fall, or I think that's what it was. I had to use the bathroom so bad. And they were like, if you fall, you're not going to be the AROC anymore. And I was literally going to pee my pants. And I just couldn't take it anymore. I ran across the hallway to the bathroom. And when I came back, they were like, you're not the AROC anymore. And those girls cheered. They cheered. Those girls cheered because I was no longer in charge. And so after that, I didn't participate in anything. I just kept quiet. I didn't care. I did my own thing. I shined my shoes when I wanted to. I don't know. It was supposed to, those things were supposed to like bring you together, and it really like kind of alienated me for the rest of the time that we were in boot camp. But that was towards the end. It was only like a week left, so it really wasn't that bad. My mom ended up coming to my graduation in Chicago, right outside in Great Lakes, Illinois, right outside of Chicago. We went to the mall afterwards, and then we came back, and then I headed to Pensacola for A school. And there I started making friends, and that was the beginning of my Navy career. And it turned out to be one of the best things I've ever done. I've traveled the world. I've met amazing people, and I'm just really grateful for the opportunity that it gave me. I'm thankful for the lessons that I learned. And if I had to do it all over again, I most definitely would. So with that, I just wanted to, just say Happy Veterans Day. Thank you guys for your service. Thank you for all of your thank yous. That's it for this video. I hope you guys like it. If you want me to do more sit-down videos, little chit-chats, I can tell you about my deployment experience and other things that happened throughout my career. Please don't forget to click like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace!